Okay, here's the long promised histogram tutorial, and to demonstrate this I'm using the file FICO.xls. We've used this a time or two in class. It's in the file section of the Canvas website if you want to practice with it. And I've entered a title or a label for the first in the first row here, score, and UCL upper class limit. And of course I had to add the upper class limits because they're not already in that file, and I chose 450, 550, 650, 750, and 850, and that will cover all the values in the data set. Now what we'll need to do is go to the Data tab and click on Data Analysis, and if you have any question about how to add that in, that's going to vary from one version of Excel to another. I was going to show you here on this one, but on this Mac version it's completely different than it is anywhere else that I've seen. But you click on Data Analysis here, and you choose Histogram, and then click OK. And when you do, you will get this dialog box. Regardless of what version you use, your dialog box is going to look pretty much like this. And you'll have a cursor blinking in this box right here, which is the input range. Now, input range means all of your data values, so you're either going to type in or highlight all your data values. And I'm going to start at the bottom, last value, and I click on that value and hold, and then drag up to the top. So the first value in the set is at A2. You can include the first entry that's a title, but I'm not going to do that here. And now once you've filled in the data values, then you need to click in this box, the bin range. Excel refers to your upper class limits as bins, and so that's what we need in this box is our upper class limits. And so to put those in there, we just select them, and I've selected B2 through B6. And you'll notice that Excel puts dollar signs here, but you don't have to do that. You could just type those values in directly, and you wouldn't need the dollar signs, and it would still know what to do. And so now we've got the data values and the upper class limits in their proper places. And so now we want to go down to the output options and click output range. And then be sure to click in this box. Otherwise, you might have seen it was highlighted in blue in the input range, and whatever we input here is going to overwrite that. But you click on this little bubble here, output range, click in this box, and then choose an upper left corner. You don't have to choose a whole range of cells. You can just choose a particular cell. I'm going to choose cell D1. And then the last thing we want to do is down at the bottom, click Chart Output. Then when you click OK, you will get frequency distribution and histogram. And depending upon various factors, you'll get a different size histogram here. Mine is pretty small. So I'm going to expand it by just grabbing the lower right corner and stretching it out. And to make a histogram, a proper histogram, you need these bars to touch. So I can click on, I double clicked on one of these bars, and I got a format data series automatically. For some versions you might have to select the format data series, But for the bars to touch, the gap between them has to be 0. So you can either type a 0 in here, or you can take this slider and move it all the way to 0, and that'll put your bars together. Now there's this one last column here that says more, and if you would like, you can delete that, highlight those two cells at the bottom of your frequency distribution, more and 0. After you've highlighted them, right-click them and delete. Shift cells left, sure, that'll be fine, and click OK. And so now we have our histogram, which we can see is heavily skewed left. And I think that's about it. I mean, there's things you can do with the design of the histogram if you want. You can put borders or change the color, but that's not important for your purposes on the exam. And it's nice that you get both a frequency distribution and a histogram at the same time. Okay. If you have any questions, as always, call, text, or write. Of course, I prefer texting or emailing, but I'll take any attempted communication over none. Good luck.